In our digital world, we're always told that security is all about complexity. It's about creating these passwords that are so complicated, there's just no way we can remember them. But what if I told you that the single greatest defense you have online has nothing to do with how complex your password is? That it's not about being a tech expert at all. It's really about breaking one simple, very common habit that, let's be honest, most of us are guilty of. Today we're going to dive into what I call the one password rule. A principle that once you really get it, can fundamentally change how safe you are online. All right, let's dive in.
Hackers are using a stolen piece of information right now to break into your bank account, and they didn't even have to guess. Now that sounds pretty alarming, right? And it's supposed to, because frankly, it's the reality of modern cybercrime. What it points to is this shockingly simple vulnerability, a kind of hidden digital master key that so many of us, without even realizing it, have made copies of and just left scattered all over the internet. And this isn't a key that just opens one little door, like an old website you signed up for years ago. No, this is the key that criminals are hoping will open every important door in your life: your email, your savings, your healthcare records, and it all boils down to one very common mistake.
So, let's pull back the curtain on this hidden digital truth. We're about to get to the absolute heart of the matter here. I'm going to reveal the one password rule that is so often misunderstood, but it is the absolute foundation of your safety online. And this isn't about scaring you, it's about empowering you with one core piece of knowledge that will act as your digital shield.
So here it is. The single biggest mistake anyone can make online isn't creating a password that's too simple like password 123. Though, yeah, that's not great either. The real, potentially catastrophic mistake is password reuse. It's that habit we all have, right? Using the same password, or maybe a small variation of it, across dozens of different websites. I mean, think about it. The password for your email is probably pretty similar to the one for your bank, your Amazon account, your doctor's portal. It just feels convenient. It feels logical. Why remember 20 different passwords when one will do the trick? Well, that convenience? That's the one thing hackers are absolutely counting on.
Okay, so you might be thinking, hold on a second. I've been reusing passwords for years and nothing bad has ever happened. What's the big deal all of a sudden? And you know what? That is a totally fair question. The answer is that the game has completely changed. The way criminals operate today is just fundamentally different than it was even 5 years ago. So let's look at exactly why this very common, seemingly harmless habit has become so incredibly dangerous.
The reason the risk is so much higher today comes down to this one term: credential stuffing. And it's really important to understand that this is a completely automated attack. This is not some lone hacker in a dark room trying to guess your pet's name. Instead, imagine a data breach happens at a small, unimportant website, maybe an online shop you used once. Your email and the password you used for that site get stolen and put on a list with millions of others. Hackers then buy these lists and use automated software, bots, to take your email and password and try to log in or stuff them into thousands of other high-value websites. We're talking major banks, investment firms, email providers. They are literally just betting that the key you used for that little online shop is the same key you use for your retirement account.
And this really shows you the difference. Back in the day, hacking was often a personal thing. A criminal would target one person and try to guess their password, thinking about birthdays, kids' names, that sort of thing. It was slow and it was hard. But today, it's an industrial-scale operation. Hackers aren't targeting you specifically. They buy these huge lists of stolen passwords and let powerful computers do all the work, testing them against major websites 24/7. It is fast, it's ruthlessly efficient, and it is completely impersonal. You aren't being targeted because you're special. You're being targeted simply because your reused password showed up on a list, and that makes you an easy, automated victim.
So where are these automated attacks aimed? Well, they aren't random. They go straight for the good stuff, your most valuable online accounts. The data shows that a full 50%, half of all these attacks, target financial accounts. Your bank, your credit cards, your investment portals. This is especially relevant for anyone over 60, who often has more significant assets saved up. Another 30% go for email accounts, and we're going to see in a minute why your email is the absolute master key to everything. And 20% target healthcare portals for identity theft. These aren't just websites. These are the pillars of your entire life.
And this all leads to what security experts call the domino effect. It starts with one small, tiny event. A password gets leaked from some low-security website you barely even remember using. That's the first domino. But because you reuse that same password for your main email account, the next, much bigger domino falls. And just like that, the criminal is inside your inbox. Now here's the scary part.
From there, they don't need any more of your passwords. They can just go to your bank's website, your retirement account, your credit card sites, and click Forgot Password. The reset links get sent directly to the email they now control. They lock you out, change everything, and can start draining your accounts. It's a catastrophic chain reaction, and it all started with a single point of failure, one reused password.
Okay, I know that sounds serious because it is, but I want to be very, very clear. The solution is surprisingly straightforward and incredibly effective. We are not powerless here, not even close. So now let's shift from the threat to your strongest defense. We're going to talk about a simple, powerful strategy that directly counters this whole threat by fixing the root problem we just talked about.
The core principle is actually really simple. Just think of your digital life like your physical home. You would never use the exact same key for your front door, your car, your safe deposit box, and your office, right? Of course not. That's just common sense. It's way too risky. If that one key got lost or copied, a thief would have access to everything. Well, the exact same logic applies online. Every single account, your email, your bank, your social media is a different door, and each one needs its own unique key. That is the fundamental, non-negotiable rule of modern digital security.
And right here, this is the question that stops most people. It's a completely understandable barrier. I mean, how on earth is anyone supposed to create, let alone remember, dozens of different complex passwords like the one you see on the screen? The honest answer is, you can't. It's impossible. And it's not your fault. The human brain just isn't wired to memorize long strings of random gibberish. So what do? We take shortcuts. We reuse passwords. But what if the solution wasn't to have a better memory? What if you didn't have to remember them at all?
And that brings us to the modern solution, the Password Manager Protocol. Now, this isn't just an app. Think of it as a whole new system, a new way of handling your digital keys. A password manager is a highly secure application that does two critical things for you. First, it generates those incredibly long, complex, and unique passwords for every single website you use. And second, it acts as a digital vault. It saves all of those passwords for you in a locked, heavily encrypted place that only you can get into. In short, it completely solves the memory problem.
So what's the beautiful result of all this? You only have to remember one single thing. One password. That's it. This is your master password. It's the one and only key that unlocks your secure vault. The password manager handles all the other dozens or even hundreds of complex, unique passwords for you. The mental burden of trying to juggle everything is reduced from an impossible number down to just one. You get to offload all that security stress onto a tool that's designed to handle it perfectly.
So now that we understand the solution and why it's so powerful, let's get practical. Let's talk about the how. We're going to walk through a clear, actionable plan. These are the 4 essential safety steps you can take to put this all into practice and secure your digital life for good. Think of this as your personal security checklist.
So here are the 4 steps. First, we're going to adopt a password manager. That's going to be your digital vault. Second, we'll secure your email, which is your digital master key. Third, we'll create one strong but memorable passphrase. That's the only one you'll need to remember. And finally, we're going to enable a critical security layer called multi-factor authentication, which is like adding a deadbolt to your most important digital doors. Let's break each one down.
Okay, step 1 is to adopt a password manager. There are plenty of reputable services out there. Some are free, some have a small yearly fee, but the key is to pick one that's well-known and well-reviewed. Once it's installed, the most important thing is to let it do the work for you. When you're signing up for a new site or changing an old password, just use the manager's built-in password generator. It will create an incredibly strong random password. Then you just let the manager save it. You don't have to see it, type it, or remember it ever again. The app will just fill it in for you automatically the next time you visit that site.
Step 2 is the master key rule. And listen, this one is critically important. Your primary email account really is the key to everything else. If a criminal gets in, they can just click Forgot Password on all your other accounts and take over your entire life. So your email needs the Fort Knox treatment. As soon as you set up your password manager, the very first thing you should do is go to your email account and use the manager to generate an extremely strong, unique password just for that one account. And then never ever use that password anywhere else.
Step 3 is creating your one master password, the one you actually have to remember. But instead of some random string of characters, we're going to use the passphrase technique. You just take a simple, memorable sentence and turn it into a password. For example, a sentence like, "My dog barks at the mailman," can become something like what you see on the screen. It's a mix of letters, a symbol, and a number that makes sense to you. The key is that it's long and very complex for a computer to guess, but because it's based on a sentence you already know, it's actually pretty easy for you to remember.
And finally, step 4. And this one is absolutely essential. It's non-negotiable for your most important accounts. Multi-Factor Authentication, or MFA, is like having a second lock on your doors. Even if a thief somehow manages to steal your password, your first key, they still can't get in without a second piece of information. This is usually a temporary, 6-digit code that gets sent to your phone. Think of it like when your bank texts you to verify a large purchase. It's that one extra step that proves it's really you, and it stops criminals cold, even if they have your password.
Now, I know this might feel like a lot of technical steps, and it's totally natural to feel a bit overwhelmed, but I really want to reframe this for you. This whole protocol is not about adding complexity to your life. It's actually about making your life profoundly simpler and safer. It's about taking that constant, nagging burden of digital security off of your shoulders and putting it onto tools that were designed for that exact purpose.
And here's the crucial point. This is not about you having to become a technology expert, far from it. This is about making a conscious choice to adopt a system that is both simpler to manage and profoundly safer to use. These modern security tools, they're designed with convenience in mind. They are built to handle all this complexity for you, so you don't have to carry that weight.
By making this one shift in how you manage your passwords, you are taking a single step that has an enormous protective impact with surprisingly little ongoing effort. This is one of the most powerful things you can do to protect your financial future, your personal information, and your digital independence. It ensures that the internet can stay a tool for connection and convenience, not a source of constant worry. It really is about replacing anxiety with confidence. So, as we wrap up, let's distill all of this down into one single clear takeaway. If you forget everything else we talked about, this is the one thing to remember. This is your first protective action.
If you take only one single thing away from our time together today, please let it be this. Password reuse is a security breach just waiting to happen. Every time you use the same password on a new site, you are creating another potential weak link, another doorway for criminals to get to your most valuable accounts. Your entire digital safety truly hinges on the uniqueness of each and every password.
And so here is your next step. The most powerful action you can take today, right after this, is to download a reputable password manager and then go into your primary email settings and enable multi-factor authentication. It is the single best investment of 30 minutes you can possibly make in your digital security. So as we close, remember, the greatest risk we talked about today isn't some complex Hollywood-style hack. It's the simple, quiet danger of reusing that same password across your most important accounts. And the most helpful insight is knowing that you don't have to carry this burden of memory all by yourself. The Password Manager protocol acts as your digital memory, simplifying your security so you only need to remember one thing. While that multi-factor authentication adds a non-negotiable layer of defense, it's that digital deadbolt on your most important doors. By taking this step, you have taken the single most powerful action to secure your financial future and your digital independence. And now you can move forward with the calm confidence that comes from knowing you're protected by the strongest, simplest system there is.